You are listening to the Two Writers Walk Into a Bar podcast. In every episode, our goal is to help, inspire, and celebrate authors' journey to publication by reading and critiquing query letters, then tackle a writing topic we hope you find helpful. Welcome back to Two Writers Walk Into a Bar. Hey, Ken. Today is the eclipse. Today's the eclipse. If you're listening, you probably got to see it today. Did you go out get a chance to look at that, Ken?
Yeah, I mean it was only 40% blockage here in Utah, so I was able to borrow my boss's glasses, and we got a glimpse at it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we got really nerdy. My husband poked a hole in a piece of paper and then stacked the two so we could see it.
Oh, nice.
It was kind of nerdy, and I was like, "Oh my god, of course."
It's still cool.
So happy eclipse! Yeah, it was still cool. Yeah. But anyway, happy Eclipse Day, I guess.
Yeah.
Total eclipse. Yeah. At least for us in the United States, right? Total eclipse. I think other countries too, not just us. Sorry. All right. Yeah. As the other Mexico and maybe I'm not sure about Canada. Maybe I don't know. Anyway. Happy Eclipse Day. Welcome back, guys. We know we've been gone for a minute. Apologize. I got sick. You don't want to know the details, but it was pretty bad. I was even sick on Easter. It was awful. I was horrible. I had a horrible holiday. How was your Easter?
I worked.
You worked? Okay. Yeah. So I was off, but like I was sick. Yeah. Oh, yeah. God. Okay. Well, what are you drinking?
The usual, the Moab, the Grand, yeah.
Okay, same too. My Duff beer.
Yeah, just having a cold one.
Yes, it's so freaking hot right now. I have all the fans going. I don't know if you guys can hear. You probably can't hear, but I have like 2 fans going right now. The doors are open in the house. The fans are on. It's so hot today. Tell me why it's so hot. I don't know.
Rub
I'm having a beer because
fucking rub it in.
Sorry. My bad. Sorry.
It was like 39 today, and I'm out. It was snowing today. And I was outside doing.
God, I am so sorry. Okay.
No, you're
good. I'm sorry. Well, I won't tell you that I'm in shorts and I'm just kicking out.
How dare you?
My bad. But yeah, so then I'm having like I have a really bad stomach ache, and so like beer just seems to help, or at least that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So
that works.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. So we hope you guys had a great holiday. We hope you guys had a good, unless you're like Ken, you had to work. Sorry. Hopefully you can make it up another time, whatever. There's other holidays coming up too. And hopefully it's sunny where you're at.
And I worked my birthday the week before that. So
did you? Oh my
13
gosh.
Hours. Yeah.
Jeez, Ken, I gotta take your birthday off. I already put my vacation in for my birthday. It was already approved. And my birthday's not till July.
I don't take days off.
Oh my God, you're crazy. Yeah. Okay, well, I take days off. I'm a princess and I need my PTO. I have no plans for my birthday, but I just don't want to be at work.
Fair enough.
I want to be at the beach with the beers, okay?
I brought a little vanilla ice cream cup to work on my birthday and I ate that.
Oh, well, that's nice.
It was fancy.
Oh, man. We forgot to sing happy birthday to Ken. We'll have to remember that. I know, right? I literally hate that. So embarrassing. Please, I would literally die. I can't handle the happy birthday thing. I just, I can't handle it. I'm not one of those people. I can't do it.
Yeah, fair enough. Don't blame you.
All right, guys. So we have a query. We're going to jump into a query. And then I have some fun. I have like a really kind of like a fun update for you guys or for you, Ken, that I'm pretty excited about. My manuscript. So I'm pretty excited. But that's first, awesome. Let's get into our query. We have a query sent in by... And I'm so sorry, Raquel Bernstein. I hope I'm saying that right. I believe she found us in a Facebook group that I'm in where I kind of advertise our critique services. Not services because it's free. So I don't know, help, whatever. But anyway, we'll jump into it, guys. Okay, dear agent, I'm seeking representation for my book, Redacted. Based on your work with author X, I think my book would be a great fit for your list. Redacted is a heartbreaking women's fiction story based on actual events. It features dangerous situations, YA romance, and disability rights advocacy. The manuscript is completed at over 55,000 words. It will appeal to fans of Then Barbara Met Alan and When You Remember Me, The Reverse of Coda and Wildflower. Courtney's world is broken, not by her disability, but but by a country that refuses to let her be whole. Born without arms, Courtney finds herself orphaned in a Memphis nursing home. Courtney lives in the facility with a biracial disabled couple who takes on the role of her parents. Her fierce mother, Latanya, mother, quote unquote, Latanya, is in a wheelchair, and her sweet father has Alzheimer's. Society's view on people with disabilities is that people are safer in caged environments and don't deserve life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. This book challenges that. The facility administrators abuse and neglect those they claim to keep safe. Latanya dedicates her life to protecting the nursing home residents, but who will protect Latanya and George? As a junior, Courtney should be focused on her upcoming school dance. She should also go to the mall and attend football games. The two who raised her want her to leave the nursing home, but she refuses to leave them. Courtney may never see Latanya and George again if she leaves the nursing home, but her main motivation is to stay with them. But when Courtney is finally listened to by the cute captain of the high school football team she is tutoring, everything changes. Will Courtney find freedom and leave the cold cement nursing home walls? I live and work in Redacted. By day, I'm a case manager, but I write every moment I can. I'm also a passionate activist for disability rights. Thank you for considering the agent's name. I greatly hope to hear from you. All the best, Raquel. Okay. So all in all, this was a short. I forgot to count how many words it is, but it's pretty short. So I think you're good for the length. So a couple of things that stood out to me was that your comps are all, I believe they're like movies or TV movies, made for TV movies, whatever. And they're pretty old. I think they're like in the 80s or something like that. Or one of them is. I think When You Remember Me is like with Fred Savage. I vaguely remember watching that as a kid. You want to comp books. You can comp like one movie or TV show, but they really want you to comp books. And the reason why is because, again, an agent is always thinking, where is this book going to sit on the shelf in stores? So if you're just giving her TV, like movie comps, the agent, or not her, but they will not know where this is going to sit. So you really want to get current book comps. If you're going to do comps, you want them to be current. And it doesn't have to be exact to your story, but it could have the same theme. So like maybe there's a book out there that has the theme of how society treats those with disabilities. Okay. So it doesn't have to be like exactly your premise or your book. So I would fix those. I would update those and do a Google search if you can. I'm sure you'll probably find some pretty easily enough. I've done that in the past where I've done a Google search for some of my books. I just put in like some of the things I like: paranormal, young adult, fantasy, whatever, and current of like this year or within the last like 5 years. And I've had stuff that comes up, and then I was able to kind of read and see what it's about and see which ones fit my story best. So I would recommend updating your comps. The next thing I want to talk about is first of all, I love the concept of this book. Okay. I really do love it. I think it's great that this book needs to exist for everyone, not just those with disabilities, but everyone should know this story and read the story and get the things. I think it's fantastic. But one of the things I will say, and I know you kind of mentioned it here very briefly, her main motivation is to stay with her adoptive parents. And maybe that's her desire. But I would add what her problem is. Okay, stay with me. I know that has no arms. Okay, I understand that. But is she someone who like lives in her head all day? Does she just live out she's fantasies because she's too afraid to actually live the life that she's fantasizing about? Like, is she just one of those kids that's just in her head all day fantasizing? Like, give her a problem. a personal problem, not that she doesn't want to leave her parents. Give her something, a flaw or something that she has to overcome with her personal self. Okay. Because I think her leaving her, not wanting to leave her parents is kind of like the premise, but you want to add that other little problem about her, that's going to be her motivating factor. And it might be something that maybe by the end of the book, she realizes that she can live that free life, which I'm guessing that's where this book is going to go, right? So whether it be with with the football captain of the football team, whatever, or if it's something within herself. But I would just point out, 17-year-old Courtney, you know, disabled, but maybe she's a daydreamer. She, has this problem. She daydreams a lot, whatever. Maybe she dreams of one day living a normal life, but doesn't think she can because of her disability. I don't know. Give her some kind of problem that she has to overcome, along with not wanting to leave her parents. Because I feel like that's such a natural thing to, like, I mean, it's natural that you have to leave your parents. I mean, at some point you're gonna, and maybe that fear, some people have that fear, whatever.
Well, they're not really her parents,
so
right?
And then right, so they're like her adoptive parents, but she thinks of them as her parents, and that's okay.
Yes.
So there's a lot here, but I would definitely add that emotional wound besides that physical, obviously, disability. And forgive me, please. I'm trying to be sensitive. If I use the wrong word, I apologize. I trying not to, trying really hard not to. So I just want to, make sure I just kind of put that out there. But so when you tell us her wound, what is it that she's struggling with? And then what's the problem? We obviously know that it's the nurses or the people in this facility obviously are making things difficult for her. But there has to be like that personal problem too. Like, is it one specific aid in the facility? I kind of think of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, like Nurse
Ratched.
Yeah, Nurse Ratched. I mean, she just was, she was horrible.
Yeah.
So I don't know, just something to think like that. So emotional wound. Let's get her a desire, or maybe really hone in on that if that's her desire to not leave them. But she should have some other desire. Maybe she wants to have her first kiss. Maybe she wants to have her first boyfriend. Maybe she wants to go to her first dance. Something like all 17-year-olds would want and dream about someday, right? Most teenagers like to have that first kiss, to have that first relationship, whatever. Go to a dance. I think the book, oh my gosh, I can't remember the book of The Fault Under the Stars, or Fault, I think that's what it's called.
Yes.
And I mean, yes, they are dying of cancer, but like, doesn't she want to find love or something like that? Like, that's her desire, right? To find or to be loved or something like that, because she knows she's dying. I can't remember exactly, so please apologize. But still, even though she has this cancer that she's dealing with, she still has that desire. She still has that one desire. And I'm sure your character has that. It's just not she's not showing up in the query. So I would definitely spell that out. And then I was confused. I don't know if it's just me, but you point out her fierce mother Latanya's in a wheelchair and her sweet father has Alzheimer's. Go ahead and put his name, because I had to go back and realized his name was George. But at first, when I first read it, like, who's George? I would just go back and add her sweet father George has Alzheimer's instead of leaving it down at the bottom. Because I don't know, maybe I was sick, so maybe I just wasn't catching it. But I feel like since you already have the mom's name right after mother, I would just put the dad's after father. Nothing crazy. Let me see. What else? Yeah, so comps, her desire, her emotional wound, and then will Courtney find freedom and leave the cold cement nursing home walls? You want your that statement at the end, you kind of want to connect it back to the emotional wound that she has to overcome. So, and instead of stating it as a question, maybe state it as a phrase. Like, Courtney will have to overcome her self-doubt, her I don't know, something about herself that she's dealing with, um, to get the freedom that she needs to leave this nursing home, right? So like leave it to where we're kind of wondering, is she going to overcome this emotional wound? I mean, we're hoping that she will, right? I mean, typically that's how the stories are written. They have this emotional wound, they go through their arc, and by the end, they kind of fix that part of them. So instead of having a question, will Courtney find freedom and leave the cold cement nursing home walls? I would just say, um, Courtney must learn to, um, love herself, or something about her emotional problem, and leave, and be able to leave, find the freedom that she deserves. Sorry. And then I think I love your biography. I think it's great. I think it's great that you're case manager. I love that you're passionate for disability rights. Let me see. There was one other thing. Okay. Let me see. It's a heartbreaking women's fiction story based on actual events. I tried to look up women's fiction, but I think this is YA, right? I don't know if you could do the same as women's fiction and YA. I don't know, but I would maybe just do like a YA contemporary romance. Instead of, I mean, you could still say like it's based on actual events, featuring dangerous situations, but I would maybe just change it to YA romance. I don't know if I would add heartbreaking women's fiction story. Um, and then you need a hook. You need a hook. I can't believe I forgot that. You need a hook at the beginning of your query, and that hook again is just that one, like a single sentence that's just going to grab the agent, and it's basically just going to kind of phrase up your story very quickly, but enough to where it's going to grab the agent for them to want to keep reading this, because we want them to keep reading this. We want them to read your query and go on to your first pages, which you did set, and I will talk about that next. So with your first pages that you sent to us, you actually start off in a dream. Now I know that agents don't like this, but I feel like it works, because we get a sense of Courtney. She's like having this dream about this really nice breakfast and a really nice place, and then she wakes up and she's like in the opposite of what her dream was about. Now, if you don't want to, because agents have a problem with your character waking up from a dream, if you wanted, you could say she fantasizes. Maybe she's fantasizing about the breakfast that she could have. This delicious pancake breakfast, and she's imagining her mom talking to her, and then maybe when Linda comes in, she cuts through those thoughts, and she's like kind of slapped back into reality, so to speak. So I think that might be better, even though I do feel like the dream sequence kind of works. But just because we know the agents don't like that, I would say if you could do a very easy fix of changing it to making her fantasize about this breakfast that she wishes she could have. And then let me see. The other thing, let me go back through your first pages. Actually thought the rest of it was pretty good. I think that you set it up really well about the nursing facility, how mean the people are, how dirty it is, and I already love the mother, Latanya. She obviously has a big, big heart. She's just one of those women, that she just loves everyone and wants to help everyone. I love characters like that. They're so fun and so special, because there's not that very many people in this world like that. And so to read a character like that is always it's just so pleasing, especially when you have this facility with all these really mean people. So she's kind of like that balance. So it's not like, you have all these mean, bad things happening, but then you have this other little side of this character that just sort of balances out all the evil and the bad and the negative. So, you know what I mean? It doesn't really balance out, because it is still bad what they're doing, but you know what I mean? Like, it's not just like negative, 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 negative. There's that little bit of hope, that little bit of light, and it comes through from the mom. So I love that. But other than that, I thought the opening pages were great. Ken, do you have anything you want to add?
Just a query. The hook in the last line really jumped out at me as not being up to par of what is needed to hook an agent.
Yeah.
I think the idea is really good, Raquel. I really do.
Yes.
Honestly. But that first line, there's just something, it just leaves something behind for me. Courtney's world is broken, not by her disability, but by a country that refuses to let her be whole. It's too vague. It leaves too much. I don't know. It doesn't punch. It's like a straightened out hook to me. Like, the words are cool. I get the idea that you're going for, but it needs to be more specific. You need to get, I don't know what it is either, because I don't know your book, but it needs to be a little bit more specific to get it. And then the last line is just really, really vague also. Those two, the top and the bottom, are very vague. And I think you could go in and probably, your characters better than we do, obviously. I would definitely Google, research, like look at hooks. It really helped me, is to go and look at successful queries and read their hooks to really get an idea, and their exit line too, because those things are huge. Yeah. That leaves a lasting impression. Boom, you grab them with the hook. The last line, oh shit, that'll leave them like, oh, I gotta see what this is. Oh, she does
and
this.
Keep reading.
Cool. Yes, yeah. Absolutely. So
it'll keep them to want to go read the pages.
So those two lines they're good. Like, I can see that you have skill at writing queries. It's there. It's just missing something. They're a little too vague. And if you hone them up, I think you got a pretty good shot. So
yes,
that's my take.
Yeah, perfect. I couldn't agree more. I think you can. I mean, you have a great idea here. And especially for today's market, I feel like this would do really well. So if you want to go back and revise this query, feel free to send it back to us in an email, and we can go through it again and see if it works, if your revision is working better, or what else we could do to improve it. And we don't do it on air. We just do it in the email. So feel free to do that as well. And of course, if you get agented and you get published or agented and whatever, hit us back up. We would love to have you back so we could talk about your experience, about how you got your agent, what query worked for you. Was it our critique, or was it just someone else, which is totally fine. But, again, thank you for sending us your query package. We wish you all the best. And again, feel free to revise and resend it to us if you want to do that. So thank you.
For sure. Thank you.
Yes. Hey, writer friends. Querying is hard, and putting together a query letter is even harder. We want to help. Send us your query letter and first 3 pages to our email at twowriterinabar@gmail.com, and we'll read your query on air and give feedback on your first pages. And don't forget to tell us where we can find you on social media so we can share it with all our listeners. We want to help, inspire, and celebrate with you on your writing journey. Okay, so how was your writing week? Or actually, let's start with, what are you reading?
I am reading The Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Are you loving it?
I am. Like, I'm only a couple chapters in, but it's pretty good. So, yeah. I love the whole,
Did you see the new one that's coming out?
That's why I started reading this, because it's part of that series, right?
I don't know if it is, but it's coming out April. I think it's coming out tomorrow.
I think it's part of the series. I think it's part of the series, but it might not be. Don't quote me.
Okay.
I'm not a Leigh Bardugo.
And it looks so good. Yes.
Does it?
Yeah, it sounds really good. I just put it on my Goodreads because I'm like, oh shit, that sounds great.
Yeah.
That's really good. Awesome. Yeah. I'm glad you're finally reading that. Yay. Oh my God, I can't wait to hear your thoughts on it. But you're loving it.
Yeah, I just finished Insomnia by Stephen King Sunday. So. And that book is amazing.
You were trying to read that.
Yeah, because it's like, it's hooked up with the Dark Tower, but it's a lot of people say that Insomnia is like a really long, drawn out book, and it is. Like, the first half's really slow, but then it's like amazing after that. So you just got to get through it.
Well, there's some books. There's some.
Cool.
Yeah, There's some good books like that. I remember Stephanie Meyer's The Host was like that. It took a minute to get into it, but damn,
Yeah.
once you got into it, it was so good. The rest of the book, I was just like, oh my God, this
Yes.
is so good.
But
Yes,
this is like
awesome.
200,000 words. And like the first
Good Lord,
100,000
child.
is him building the characters and just living their everyday
Yeah, yeah.
life. Like, but I love
Oof.
it. So, because I'm a nerd. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're a Stephen King fan, so it
I
works.
am. I'm a huge Stephen King fan. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Well, I finished reading The Sundown Motel, which was so good, by the way. This book was so
Yeah.
I love Simone St. James. I'm a fan. I'm definitely a fan. I want to pick up more of her work. And then I picked up the Cursed Cruise. This was a duo authors that wrote this. They actually wrote Horror Hotel. I got to talk to them a couple years ago about their writing process, and it was really
Oh,
cool. So
cool.
I started reading this, and it's about a teenage ghost gang. They go out
Oh,
looking
that's
for
awesome.
trying to not hunt ghosts, but seek out ghosts. They have a
Yeah.
YouTube channel, like they put all the videos on their YouTube channel, and
That's
one of
cool.
the girls gets to talk to spirits or gets to see and talk to
Yeah.
spirits. So it's really, really good. I love it. I just started reading it though, like literally just started reading it.
Yeah.
But I love the series. This is book 2, and I love it. So yeah.
That's cool.
Yes. So
Oh, I
and then
forgot to add. Oh shit.
Mhm.
I'm also on audiobook. I'm listening to The Forgetting Moon by Brian Lee Durfee.
Oh, okay, nice. Okay.
And it's been on my to be read pile, but then the author himself like had a medical emergency and has been in the ICU
Oh wow.
recently, and I'm like, all right, I gotta read. He's better now. Sorry,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Thank God.
like his wife sent out to all the fans on on Reddit that he's doing better.
Oh,
so
that's good. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm like, I gotta read his stuff. I've been putting it off too long. So
Oh, well, nothing like getting them in the ICU to
yeah.
to support them, whatever. I
Exactly.
do want to read. This is my next read. The Fury by Alex. I don't know how to say his last name. Michaelides. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I really want to read that one too. But yeah,
Oh,
so
cool.
I'm kind of reading a lot of like mystery, spooky things right now. And I mean, I know it's April, but whatever.
Yeah. And you finished The Blade itself too, right? No,
yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But anyway, okay, so how was your writing this week? I know we talked just briefly.
Yeah, it stops and starts, I guess. I hit 60K words.
Nice.
So.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, there's some
That's not
progress.
bad. Because where were we at before when we recorded? You were at 50, right?
56.
Yeah, so it's not bad. Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's not great, but it's not bad. So
yeah, it's not. Hey, it's more than what you had.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So there you go. So I did. Okay, so I think the last time we recorded, which I think was 3 weeks ago. I know it's been forever, guys. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I was at 36,000, 38? I can't remember. So
like
I'm at 49,000 now. So I'm almost hit 50,000. The only reason why I didn't was because I had to like hurry up and get ready and like read the query and do all the things so I can record tonight. But
right.
I have finally had a breakthrough with this fucking manuscript. And the coolest thing happened to me that I don't know if I've had this happen on my last 2 books.
Yeah.
But with this particular book, the voice just hit me. Like her voice just came out at me and I was like, oh, I discovered her voice.
Yeah.
And I know it's like we're kind of halfway through whatever, but I was so excited because I couldn't figure this character out for the longest time. You guys know I've been talking about how I've been struggling with this fucking character. And I finally got her voice last week or 2 weeks ago. So I've been able to just really, so it's coming out a little more voicey. It's definitely plugging along. The ideas are flowing now that I'm finally like not stuck. So there's hope, Ken. There's hope. I was there with you, man. I was stuck on this manuscript.
We both.
Yes.
For like, it's coming up on a year, like in July when I started this damn book. I've never taken a year to write a book.
Yeah.
Like 3-4 months at most.
Yep. Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe there's something weird in the cosmos this year.
I think I know what it is. It's because we got so close with like requests and stuff too that I know for me it just threw me off and I was waiting. and
Yeah.
waiting when I should have just been writing like an idiot,
Yeah.
but I wasn't. And
Yeah.
then when the rejection came, I was just like, oh my God,
You
like
got to be kidding me.
no.
Yeah.
It's like I was so close, even though I probably wasn't, but in my mind I was so close. And I've
Yeah.
talked about this before where it's like, I gotta do this again. I gotta do it again. I gotta
Yeah.
do it again to hopefully get requests again. And it's just sometimes can be really tough, well, for
Yes.
me, really tough going along. Like I don't know if I'm just really sensitive or whatever. Like I don't know if I don't know, maybe I'm like a crybaby. I didn't cry about it, but I was just like, damn,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is, but I'm finally just like, okay, I'm moving along now, and I'm excited about this book. I feel like I've got it pretty much figured out, plot wise, character arc wise, and all the magic and things that I have to deal with. I feel like I got that all checked out. So it's just a matter of finishing it.
Yeah.
So I'm at the midpoint right now, and I already know that they're going to have a false victory. So like I know exactly where I'm going to go after this. I can't wait.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm so excited that I finally am having a breakthrough in this fucking manuscript that
Yeah. That's awesome.
I started. I think did I start this in November for
Way before
NaNoWriMo?
November. Way more.
Was it?
Way. Yes, way before November.
Are you sure?
I'm
Because
100%. I'm almost 100,000,000%, because here's why. You and me were talking in August or September, and you were like, "I would love to finish this before Halloween or something, or before Thanksgiving."
did I? Okay, well,
I'm 99.99999
okay, well, it's taking fucking forever then.
for fucking ever. Both
I
of
mean,
us.
I have my query letter written. Okay, I'm a weirdo, or I will write my query letter before I finish
Yeah.
the book. It's just
Yeah.
what I do. I don't know why, but it works, and it helps me to figure out where I need to go. So
Yeah.
like my query letter is ready to go. I'm pretty sure it's strong enough.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of finishing the story, and I'm just like finally making
Yeah.
some progress. So I'm hoping that the next time we meet up, which is in 2 weeks, that I will have at least like 5,000 more.
Hell
At
yeah.
least. I'd like
Yeah.
to have more, but I got to almost like 10,000, but in 3
Yeah.
weeks. It took forever. That did take
Yeah.
forever. But I was sick for like 2 weeks. Like I was so sick, you guys, and I got sick again on Easter. So a lot of the time I had spent just laying in bed because I was in so much pain. But I'm feeling a little bit better. Getting a little bit better. But yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm finally excited. I found my character's voice. I've discovered
That's
her
sweet.
arc. And now just gosh, if I could finish this fucking book by fucking May, man. Shit.
Yeah. I know.
At least the first draft, Maybe I could
Yeah.
query in June or July. I don't know.
Yeah, because I remember you wanted to before Thanksgiving, because before agents go
on break.
on break.
Oh yeah,
for
they go on break.
you wanted to get it done and polished and queried by then. So that was
Yeah,
like September we were talking about that.
So that didn't happen.
No, I started mine in fucking July, and I wanted to finish it before Thanksgiving.
That's right. I
It's
think you
fucking
did.
April.
I know. I think I remember that. Yes, I actually
Yeah.
started to remember that now. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think I just used NaNoWriMo to kind of get further along in my manuscript. I think I
Yeah.
text you and you were like, "No, I'm not doing Nano. I'm just gonna write."
Yeah.
And
I've
I
never
tried,
done
and then
Nano.
I've done it like I've done where like I've got like 25 or 30,000 words, but I've never actually done the whole month because I get so busy. And
Yeah.
like my job, like holidays and kids, I have to do fucking everything. So I'm like, I don't know why it's in the month of November. Really stupid. It should be like in like July or August, something. September. I don't know. Shit. Why
Yeah.
is it in the middle of the fucking holidays?
Eh. Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. Yeah, whatever. But I really do. I'm hoping. She got to go out.
No, she's just laying on the bed, just being a little brat.
Aww.
Oh, baby girl. Huh?
That's cute. So, okay. So, what do you think is the issue you're having with your manuscript?
Right now, just I don't know. Like, just I think social media has been a big part of it.
Are you
And
busy
so-
scrolling?
Way too busy scrolling. So, about a month or two ago, I no longer watch YouTube Shorts or TikTok or Instagram. Like, I've cut that completely out of my life.
Wow, that's
Um,
it. Better than me. I'm still on TikTok.
oh, it's gone. It's gone. I
Still,
don't
oh my
because
god. Well, they
I
might
would
ban it anyway. So,
just be chilling, and then all of a sudden it'd be 2 hours later, and I'm in a fuck TikTok or a YouTube short hole.
so I have a schedule for my TikTok. I will usually do like late at night, especially because I work late, and it's just kind of scrolling before I go to sleep. And then on
Yeah,
my lunch break too. So like, yeah.
yeah,
But like today was my day off. I spent most of the day writing, and then we stopped to check out the eclipse,
yeah.
and then went back to writing. I took a nap.
Hell yeah.
I was so tired. Like, oh my god, I was so tired. But yeah. But well, so my question is like, what I mean, what's stopping you from just walking away from this manuscript and starting the next book? Because I know you're excited about your next book.
Because I'm almost
So
done.
what is it? Okay, because you're okay. So you just want to throw
Oh, I'm
that
almost
60,000
done.
word out there. That makes sense.
Well, no, I'm going to get to 70K
How big?
because I'm
Oh,
at
okay.
60K now. I'm going to get to 70K, which I could do in 5 days if I put my heart to it, which I was thinking about this week. And then
And
in
then
the
add
editing process, yeah, because like
yeah, you
I
add.
write a very rough outline where sometimes I leave out a
Mhm.
few of the key descriptions then I like to go back in
Yeah.
and make it real pretty. I have a weird writing style that's not normal. You know, most people just write the whole effing thing. You
No,
know,
I think
this
your
big
writing style is
bloated.
actually common.
Is it?
I think yours is pretty common. I think a lot of people just get that first draft done and then they go back and they make it pretty.
Yeah.
I know V.E. Schwab did that. I remember her saying how she would write the skeleton, which was like just a super rough draft of her first rough
Yeah.
draft, and then she would go in and she would add in all like the flesh. She would flesh out the details
Okay,
and
so I'm not
add the
alone.
makeup. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. I just assume that most people just write this big bloated thing and then have to take a
Well,
hacksaw to it. You know,
yeah. No. Well, do you like the editing process?
it's okay.
Yeah, see, I fucking hate the editing process. Okay.
Yeah.
So I try to write as close to a clean manuscript as possible.
Yeah.
And then I will go through like one or two passes. But that's probably why it takes me so long, because I just hate the editing process. I'm just like, I'm done. I finished it. Right. So I try to, and maybe there's people like me, maybe there isn't, I don't know, but that's just
I'm
how
sure
I
there
do it,
is.
because I hate the editing process. It's just so consuming, and with as much plotting as I do, I feel like I can get a pretty good first draft and
Yeah.
then just go in with one or two passes, like briefly. But yeah.
Yes.
And then of course I send it to you, and then it's like, okay, but I have gotten better.
That's good.
Mhm. So I hate the editing process. Yeah. So.
And I don't mind it. Like I kind of enjoy it a little bit, not a ton. It's still annoying.
Well, it makes
But,
sense
like,
because you are a pantser, right? So like that's when you have to go in and make sure you're like got all the things, right? Because
yes,
you didn't
for
know.
sure.
Yeah, you didn't know when you were writing. You're just writing. So now you got to go back and make sure you're hitting all those things. So that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to be done with this book by the end of the month? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
For
I
sure.
don't know if I'm going to be done. So I'm shooting for 80,000. I'm going to shoot for 80,000 first draft or close to it. Because I'm at close to 50,000, I'm barely hitting the midpoint where they have their false victory. But I kind of, it doesn't have to be exact. You know, the midpoint doesn't have to be exactly in the middle of your manuscripts. If you're listening and you're like, you know, like me, my manuscript's probably more like 55% down the line, 60, I don't know. And so then, you know, then I have the rest of the novel to do. So I'm shooting for like close to 80 for this, which I know is long. And I don't know. I mean, depending on how the edits go, there might be some scenes that I have to cut out. And until you critique it, you'll probably tell me like this is a wasted scene. I try not to write wasted scenes, but you know, it happens. Whatever. That's why I have a critique partner. You can tell me this did nothing.
Yeah, which is good. Yeah.
Yeah. So which is fine. So whatever. Like so,
Yeah.
but I'm getting to the midpoint and I know exactly where it's going and I'm pretty excited. So and honestly, I'm having days now where I just want to write. Like I don't even want to go to work. Like, you know,
Yeah.
when I was sick and I called out, I was so mad because I was too sick to sit up and write. Like I was in so much pain that I couldn't even sit up to write. And
Yeah.
I was thinking to myself, I could be writing. I could be writing. Like
I
I
know.
just want to write. I just want to spend my days writing. I'm like, I don't want to go to work. I don't want to talk to anybody. I just want to write. I just want to write. That's
I
all I
feel
want to
you.
do. And it sucks.
Yeah.
And I know because I'm excited. I finally got to a place in my manuscript now where I'm just like, oh my God, it's so close. I can finish this. And like you, I'm excited to start my next story because my next
Yeah.
story is going to be a fantasy romance, whereas
Yeah.
this is a little more contemporary, I don't know, paranormal, supernatural. I don't know what. I still haven't
Dude,
figured it out.
I'm excited for like the next 4 novels I have ready.
Well, I only have like one in the queue. I mean, I have a bunch of ideas, but the one that keeps just like bugging me, you know, you guys, how you
Yeah.
guys have that one story that's like bugging you, and trying to write the current one. That's the story that's bugging me and bugging me right now. And I'm just like, chill out, bro. We're gonna get there
Yeah. Yeah.
soon.
Mine is
So, which I'll
Mindy.
probably
Mindy
be
is
writing.
fantastic.
Yes, and I can't wait to read that. So I
Yeah.
know by the end of the year, once I get this done, the rest of the year is going to be writing that, and hopefully I can query by February next year for that one.
Yeah.
If I don't get an agent for this one, I don't know. Whatever. I mean, I'm holding out hope, but you never know.
Well, I've
You never know.
also
You just don't know.
yes, you never know. But I also wanted to put in. I forgot to add in that when I replaced TikTok, YouTube Shorts, I replaced that with reading. So now I just read.
Oh yeah, good. Yeah.
a
Yeah.
lot more. Like I went through Insomnia, which is like 200,000 word book, like very quickly.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yes,
You were
it's a
just
big
like
book.
devouring it.
Oh yeah, just reading because I've replaced.
Not me reading little short books like this.
No, Insomnia is huge.
I
It's a
know.
big one. I mean, it almost rivals it. Like it's, I think it's like 200 words, 200 pages short of it. Yeah,
Ugh, that's crazy. That's
which
crazy.
is over
That's
1,000.
crazy. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
well, that's good. I mean, it's good. We're supposed to read as writers. We're
Yes.
supposed to read. That's one of our jobs, along with writing. If you're not reading, I don't know what you're doing.
And I'm going to sleep at a good time. Like, that
Oh,
too
nice.
also helps. Like, I would go to sleep and like only get like 5 hours sleep, then have to go work a 13-hour shift.
Oh no,
And
that's too much. No,
that I can't write.
we're
under
old
those
now, Kim. We can't do
circumstances.
that.
No. So I'd get to work.
When you get older,
I feel like shit.
yes.
I would do my work,
Yeah.
but then any downtime I'd get, I would just be like a zombie because my
Like a
brain, I just
yeah.
couldn't read.
Mindless scrolling,
write.
mindless.
Yes.
Yeah,
Just get me
That's
through
not
this
helping.
effing day. No.
yeah.
So I
Yeah.
cut that all out of my life. So yeah, I
Nice.
replace it with
All right.
reading or listening.
Well-
Even if I'm like blah blah blah, I'll put in my fucking Raycons
Mhm, mhm,
and
mhm.
not a
That's
sponsor.
good.
Yeah.
Not a sponsor yet.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I love Raycons.
Yes. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to chatting again in the next couple weeks. Hopefully, we'll have added another 5 or 10,000 to our manuscript. I don't know. I'm hoping to, but because I write so slow and so detailed, I mean, I may not get to 10,000, but I'm almost to 50,000. I mean, I'm so
Nice.
close to 50,000.
yeah.
I could have done it today, but I had to do other stuff, so which is fine. I might even after we're done here go hop right back on and do some more writing just because it's like there and that's all I want to do. It's so bad.
Yeah. When next we speak, I will be editing.
Next week, what? Oh, yes.
When
Yes.
next we speak, I will be
All
editing.
right. Okay, I'm gonna hold you to it.
Alright.
To it. You'll be getting texts from me. Are you done? Well, you're only 10,000 away, so
Yeah.
that's very doable. So you're like right, and I feel like the last part of the book goes fast because you're just tying up shit that's open that you have to,
Yeah.
just finish up that you already had. So it's just tying up those loose ends. So and then
Yeah.
getting the nice ending. So yeah, you're good. You could definitely do that. 2 weeks, that's perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Yeah. Me, I don't know.
It wouldn't
I'ma
be
try, guys.
feasible, even if you're excited.
Yeah, I just know like the way that I write and I go back and I just try to make it just sound really
You
good.
go back.
I only go back a few to the first chapter. Not the first chapter. So like
I
I
know what you
stopped on a page and then I'll go back to the beginning of that chapter just to refresh. And then I might catch stuff where like, oh, I can expand this, or oh, I can describe more here, or oh, I should do more interiority here, whatever. And I'll go and add that. And then I just keep writing. And then I just finish and keep going until
The go back sign's broken on my writing brain. I can
is
only go
it?
forward.
You don't go back
until
to the beginning of the chapter? Oh, okay. Like the chapter
No.
you leave off of? That's all I do. Yeah, I just do that.
No.
Well, because again, it's just because
I
I
don't
don't
think so.
want to spend so much time editing. Yeah.
Ah,
So it's just easy for me to just catch all that. Because you know how they say like you take a break from your manuscript and you go back and do the edits, like you're supposed to take a break, right? Then you go back
yeah.
and you do edits, you catch all this stuff, right? So
Yeah.
I will catch stuff and like I said, I hear your voice saying, like, I wrote the scene, I was like, oh my God, I literally forgot to describe the fucking room. Like Ken didn't tell me, like, where are we? So when I went back to read it, I was like, oh yeah, I need to add that. I need to add it. Where are we? And
I
the
do
smells.
that in editing, yeah.
Yeah, see, and I just kind of, yeah. So, but anyway,
But with editing, I can do like 5 chapters a day. So
good grief, child.
yeah.
I don't know how you do it. I don't know. I'm just so slow. I'm so fucking
I have a
slow.
touch of OCD. So writing is different, but once I get locked on an editing task, I can just be like, I can literally do 12 hours with like maybe a little bit of a lunch break.
Yeah. Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
I have too many interruptions. I have kids and a husband and just everything. Sometimes a text from work and I'm like, man.
My kids are adults.
Yeah, see, yeah. So I still have kids at home. They're like, Mom, what's for dinner? Mom, can I go to the store? Mom, can you take me to my friend's house? Mom, I'm just like, oh my God.
Oh yeah, you were fucked. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just like, I get interrupted a lot. So, but yeah.
Yes.
So, which is probably why, again, I still try to get as much done, just because the editing it would take me too long. It would take you so long. It would be ridiculous. But yeah. So, but anyway, so that's it for our episode today, guys. I hope that you were able to learn something from our critique. And I just want to ask you guys, if you enjoy listening to us, if you wouldn't mind leaving us a review or a star rating. I believe you can leave a star rating on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. We would appreciate it because it just definitely helps our show and it boosts us up for other people to find us. And of course, if you know and you have any writer friends, refer our podcast to them. We would love that because we would love to help more writers. If you know anybody who's querying, they can send us their query and first pages to our email, 2writersinAbar@gmail.com. And we will critique it on air. So anyway, thanks for listening. We'll see you guys in a couple of weeks and get that writing done. Bye. That's it for today's episode, friends. We hope you learned something new today. Please follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube under 2 Writers Walk Into a Bar podcast. Our YouTube episodes will upload on Thursdays, the day after the show airs, if you want to watch. And if you want your query letter and first 3 pages critiqued and read on air by us, send them to our email at 2writersinAbar@gmail.com. Put query on air in the subject line. We will read them on a first come, first served basis. Remember, we are here to help, inspire, and celebrate. 2 Writers Walk Into a Bar podcast is produced by Bravo Media Group.